Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be talking about the best features of the Samsung Galaxy A70. By the way guys, I've already made a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video as well, link will be in the description. Now with that said, the greatest and the latest feature on this phone would be its in-display fingerprint scanner. Just like all the recent flagships, even this phone comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner. But sadly it isn't that fast. It takes like a second or two to unlock the phone. Now the next best thing about this phone would definitely be its display. This phone sports a massive 6.7-inch Super AMOLED Infinity U display with Full HD Plus resolution with 20:9 aspect ratio, protected by a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 3. It has 86% screen to body ratio and 393 ppi. This phone truly has a massive display, and with that smaller bezels all around, it just feels awesome. Every time you just look at it or hold it in your hand, you really can't believe how big the screen is. Specs aside, as it is an AMOLED display, colors look saturated, blacks are deeper, viewing angles are great, and sunlight legibility is great. Now the next best thing about this phone would be fast charging. I know even Samsung A50 supports fast charging and comes with a fast charger, so does the flagship like the Samsung S10 or the S10 Plus. But this phone supports fast charging and comes with a 25-watt power adapter inside the box. That's like a whole new different thing. You can get up to 65% of charge in 1 hour and can charge your phone completely from 0 to 100% in almost 90 minutes. Now going on next, this phone also comes with a bigger 4500 mAh battery with a super sleek form factor. There are many phones out there which come with bigger batteries, smaller batteries in some cases, but still look thicker than this phone. While this phone, even though it has a massive display and massive battery, still has a super sleek form factor. That is definitely one of the best things about this phone. Now going on next, it also packs in a lot of performance. This phone sports a Snapdragon 675 processor with Adreno 612 GPU with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. It has the same processor seen in the Vivo V15 Pro, Redmi Note 7 Pro, but with more RAM and more storage. These are the benchmark scores. Now going on next, this phone supports dual 4G with dual LTE, and it also supports native video calling. Here's a quick sample. Now going on next, this phone also has face unlock feature. It is fast but not as fast as Oppo and Vivo phones. In good lighting conditions, it works really well. It unlocks the phone in less than a second, but we can still see the lock screen. Even in low lighting conditions, it works, and it is kinda fast, like it takes about a second to unlock the phone. In complete darkness, it's more of a hit or a miss. You have to bring your phone close to your face for it to work properly. Overall, face unlock works, and it's definitely much more usable than the in-display fingerprint scanner. Now going on next, this phone also comes with some pretty good cameras. On the rear, it has a 32 megapixel primary camera with f1.7 aperture, and on the front, it also has a 32 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. These are some sample shots. Now going on next, on the rear this phone has a triple camera setup, and among them, you get an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with f2.2 aperture. These are some sample pictures taken using the ultra wide angle camera. Next we have live focus mode. This is another fancy name for rear camera portrait mode on Samsung phones. Unlike on other phones, on this phone, you can actually change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture, and even after taking a picture, you can change the background blur effect. Very few phones offer this feature. Next we have portrait backdrop. Now once you take a portrait shot of a single person with sufficient depth, using this feature, we can change the background to different textures. We can set it to crystal, pixel, time slice or crumbled, and many more. These are some sample shots. By the way guys, this feature doesn't work on all the portrait shots. There needs to be some conditions that need to be met. Next we have portrait dolly. Now once you take a portrait shot of a single person with sufficient depth, using this feature, we can make the background move forward or backward, giving you a moving picture like effect. You can save this as a GIF or a video. Next we have artistic blur shape. Now if you have a portrait shot with some lights in the background, you can use this feature to shape those lights to hearts, stars, polygons and all these shapes. Next we have spinning background. Now just like the name suggests, it will give you a spinning effect in the background of a portrait shot. You can also edit the intensity of the spin using the slider below. Next we have zoom background. Just like the spin effect, using this feature, you get a zoom effect. And once again you can change the intensity using the slider below. Next we have color point. Now once you enable this feature, subject is in color and the background is in black and white, you get a pretty cool looking effect. Even this feature works only on portrait shots and there needs to be a sufficient distance between the subject and the background. Next we have live focus for selfie. Now this is another fancy name by Samsung for portrait selfie. Using this feature you can take portrait selfies, and on this phone you can also change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture. These are some sample shots. Next we have wide angle selfie. Now the front camera on this phone has a wide angle lens, but by default it crops it to give you a regular size selfie. If you want a much wider selfie, you can get it with just a click of a button. These are the sample shots. Next we have AR emoji, which is Samsung's version of Apple's Animoji. First you need to create AR emoji by taking a picture of yourself. Then you can customize it according to your preference. You can change the skin tone, hairstyle, beard style. You can literally change everything about the emoji. Then you can take pictures of your emoji making weird expressions. You can also stick the emoji to your face like a sticker and then take pictures. You can also share your custom emoji with anyone, anywhere directly from the Samsung keyboard app. Next we have AR stickers. Using this feature, you can put different kind of stickers to your face in real time and then take pictures with it. It's a pretty cool feature and the amount of stickers you have depends on the phone you're using. Next, this phone also offers electronic image stabilization while recording video. Here's the sample footage. Next, this phone also supports super slow motion video recording, and here's the sample footage. In this mode, we can only record for few seconds. We can also edit the super slow motion to make it look even better. Next, we have slow motion video recording, where we have more control over the duration. Once you are done recording, you can also edit the slow-mo video according to your preference. Next we have HYPERLAPSE, which is just a Samsung name for time-lapse. Here's the sample footage. Next we have Scene Optimizer. It's like AI mode for Samsung phones. It is enabled by default all the time and you can disable it very easily by a click of a button. This feature intelligently detects the scene and optimizes each shot to give you picture perfect composition. These are some sample shots. Next we have BIXBY Vision, which is just like Google Lens with some additional features. It can do a regular image search, it can extract text, it can search for products online, translate other languages, and has support for compatible apps like Amazon Assistant, Adobe Scan, and many more. This is a unique feature currently available only on the Samsung phones. Now going on next, you also get an NFC on this phone, which can be really useful for pairing new Bluetooth devices and simply connecting to them faster. It's not a big deal, but very few phones offer it, and that makes it a big deal. Now going on next, this phone also has Samsung Pay. Just like on its flagship phones, even this phone comes with a fully functioning Samsung Pay. This is my all-time favorite feature on Samsung phones. You can add your credit card and debit card information on the Samsung Pay app and make transactions with just your phone, even when there is a swiping machine. I wish all the Android phones had this feature. Next we have Always On Display. And just like the name suggests, once you enable this feature, display of your phone is always on, even when you lock your phone. It will display time, date, and notification icons. You can keep it always on or turn it on only at a specific time. You can double tap the notification icon to open it, double tap on the clock to go through different face widgets. You can even control the music player from the Always On display. You can also change the clock style, add new widgets, and customize it more. As this phone comes with an AMOLED display, it won't affect the battery life and you get a very cool look. Next we have navigation gestures, and Samsung likes to call it full screen gestures. Just enable this feature and the navigation bar is replaced with 3 lines. You can swipe from the right side to go back a step, swipe from the center to go home, swipe from the left side for recent apps. You can swipe and hold at the center for Google Assistant. Personally, I like the implementation of MIUI on Xiaomi phones and Android Q. Next we have split screen mode. To open any application in split screen mode, you need to first open that application, go to the recent apps page, click on the app icon and select open in split screen. Then that application will open in a split screen and you can select the secondary application from your recent apps, or you can go to the home screen and select the secondary application from there. You can find this feature on all Android phones and this is how you can use it on this phone. Next we have pop-up view, which opens an application in a floating window. Opening an app in pop-up view is similar to split screen mode. Once you open an application in a pop-up view, you can change its transparency, make it a bit transparent. You can minimize it to a floating bubble, just like Facebook chat heads, maximize it or even close it. I would recommend you not to use this feature as it is resource intensive. Next we have smart pop-up view. This feature allows you to open applications in a pop-up view every time you get a notification from that application. First, you need to enable this feature for the desired application. Once again, it's better not to use this feature. Next we have night mode. This is one of my favorite features on this phone. Once you enable it, most of the UI elements change color from light to dark or black. You can just turn it on from the notification toggles or schedule it to turn on and turn off automatically at a specific time. Using this mode strains your eyes less at night, saves battery, and definitely looks pretty cool because of the AMOLED display. Now going on next, we can even hide that notch. Now once you enable this feature, area beside the notch is completely blacked out, status bar is moved below, and it perfectly hides the notch. Because of the AMOLED display, you won't even see the notch. Now going on next, we have palm swipe to capture. Now before I show you what this feature does, let me show you how to take a normal screenshot. For that, simply press the volume down and power button both at the same time. Once you do that, your phone will take a screenshot. Now for some reason, if you're not able to do that and want an easy way, you can enable this feature called palm swipe to capture. Once you enable this feature, you can simply swipe the display of your phone with your palm, left or right, to take a screenshot. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time, it works without any problems. Next we have Smart Alert. Once you enable this feature, every time you pick up your phone will vibrate if you have a missed call or a message. Next we have Easy Mute. Once you enable this feature, you can easily mute incoming calls or alarms by placing your hand on your phone or by turning your phone face down. Here's a quick preview. Next we have one-handed mode. Now once you enable this feature and swipe from the bottom left or right corner of the screen size will shrink, your phone will become much more usable with a single hand. Once you're in this mode, you can click the arrow button to switch the screen left side or right side and click in an empty area to go full screen. If you don't like the gesture, you can select the second option and click the home button 3 times to use the phone in one-handed mode. Next we have accidental touch prevention, which is just a fancy name from Samsung for pocket mode. Once you enable this feature, it will prevent accidental touches in closed spaces like pockets and bags. Next we have lift to wake. Now this feature is self-explanatory. Once you enable this feature, you can simply lift your phone to wake it up. This can be quite useful if you're using face unlock feature. You just need to raise your phone, it'll see your face and then unlock your phone. Next we have double tap to wake. Once again, even this feature is self-explanatory. You can double tap the screen to wake it up. So once you enable this feature, just lock your phone and double tap the screen. It wakes up the screen, and if you're using face unlock, once again it sees your face and unlocks the phone immediately. Next we have smart stay. Once you enable this feature, your phone's display will stay on as long as you're using it. This is a really useful feature for people who read a lot on your phone. Let's say you're reading an article or a book on your phone, then the display won't turn off at screen timeout. Now going on next, I'll show you how to take a longer screenshot. Now to take a longer screenshot on your phone, make sure your phone has Smart Capture feature and if it is enabled. Now take a regular screenshot, you can either use the buttons or the palm to swipe gesture, and once you take a screenshot, you can click the scroll option or the button in the Smart Capture menu to take a longer screenshot. You can keep clicking the button to take a longer screenshot. Once you're done, just leave it there and the area captured so far will be saved as a long screenshot. Next we have digital well-being. Now this is actually a feature from Google, so it should be on all the Android phones. Now this feature will record all your activity on your phone, like how long you're using your phone, which apps you're using a lot, and how many times you have opened a particular application. So this feature gives you all that information, and you can see which apps you open frequently and which apps you're addicted to. You can also restrict app usage by using this feature. Next we have wind down. Now this feature is built into the digital well-being application, but it has its own unique features. Now this feature wind down will help you sleep quickly at night. You can turn it on manually or schedule it to automatically turn on at a specific time. Once you set it up and it's turned on, it changes the screen to grayscale, that's black and white, and blocks notification. It can also turn on do not disturb mode, so you won't be disturbed with annoying notifications. Next we have flash notifications. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a notification or a call, flashlight blinks to give you a visual indication. It's good when you need it, but it can be quite annoying. Next we have auto call recording. Now this feature allows you to record calls automatically on your phone, whether you get a call or make a call. You can enable this feature from the phone dialer settings. Next we have blue light filter. Now just like the name suggests, once you enable this feature, it puts a warm tint on the screen and filters the blue light, which is supposed to help you sleep better at night. We can also change the intensity of the filter using the slider. We can also schedule it to turn on and turn off automatically at a specific time. Now going on next, we have the option to change the font on this phone. Usually most Android phones don't give you this option, but on this phone, you can change the font. By default, you get 3 different fonts, and if you're not happy with them, you can download more from the Samsung store. Next we have easy mode. Now if this phone is going to be used by some elderly people, then you can enable easy mode for them. Now once you enable this feature, everything on your phone will be enlarged. All the app icons on the home screen and app drawer increase in size. Even the text size gets scaled up to make it more visible for elderly people. Next we have Game Launcher. Now once you enable this feature, it will create a folder called Game Launcher on your home screen, and you can keep all your games in that folder. Now from this interface, you can change your performance mode. You can set it to balanced, power saver, or even high performance. So once you set up your power profile, every time you open a game, your phone will automatically switch to that power profile. Besides that, we also get the option to mute sound for all games at once. Now that's not all. Once you open any game that's listed in the game launcher, you'll see extra buttons on the navigation bar. One button at the top to lock the screen and another button at the bottom for extra options. Once you click it, you get additional options for do not disturb mode, blocking calls, taking a screenshot, recording video, and a lot more crazy stuff like that. Now going on next, we have swipe to call or send message. Once you enable this feature in the default phone dialer application, you can simply swipe left or right on a contact or a call log to make a call or send a message. It's not a great feature, but a very nice shortcut that's available only on the Samsung phones. Next we have Dual Messenger, which is like dual apps for Samsung. Using this feature, you can have 2 Snapchat accounts, 2 Facebook accounts, or even 2 WhatsApp accounts on the same phone. Now this feature might seem awesome, but it only works with few applications. Like if you want to use 2 Paytm accounts on the same phone, you can't do it using this feature. With that said, if you really want to do it, like if you want 2 Paytm accounts on the same Samsung phone, you can try using Secure Folder feature. Now going on next, we have caller ID and spam protection. In your default phone dialer, we have a feature called caller ID and spam protection, and it just does what it says. Every time you get a call from any unknown number, it tries to trace it, give you a name, and will try to intimate you if it is a spam call. I'll definitely recommend you to use this feature. Now the next best feature on this phone is the Secure Folder. Now this feature has a simple name called Secure Folder, but offers you a lot of things. For starters, you can hide files in it, you can create your secure notes, You can even drag and drop applications into this folder and use them as dual applications. And if you have any application with security as priority, like net banking applications, you can put all those applications in the secure folder and make them more secure. It is basically like a secure box inside your phone where you can hide files and keep applications safer. Now this is an awesome feature, but it is very resource intensive. So if you don't have a high-end Samsung phone, I will not recommend you to use this feature. Instead, try third-party applications. Now going on next, this phone also has Dolby Atmos sound enhancement. You can enable it by using the toggles or by going to the sound settings. Once you enable it, you have different sound profiles like auto, movies, music and voice, and depending upon the sound profile, you will get different audio experience. Right now this feature is only available if you are using a headset. Now going on next, this phone even comes with Samsung themes, or just the themes. You literally have hundreds of themes to choose from, both free and paid, and you can completely change the look and feel of your phone. Starting from wallpapers to UI elements to app icons, it literally changes everything. Now going on next, we have maximum power saving mode. On previous Samsung phones, it was called as ultra power saving mode, and once you enable this feature, it will decrease the screen brightness, set speed limiter, restrict background network usage, limit the number of apps that you can use, and apply a dark theme. On the whole, it does all these things to improve the standby time of your phone. Now even in this mode, you can still use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and mobile data, and use some regular applications like YouTube, Facebook, and even use the camera application. If you are on a very long journey, just enable this mode and you can have great battery life. Now going on next, we can also increase the touch sensitivity of the display. Now most of the time, if you add a screen guard or a tempered glass to your display, touch sensitivity might go down. In that case, you can use this feature. Next we have Kids mode. You can access it from the notification toggles. Now the first time you try to open it, it might try to download a brand new application, but once everything is set and done, this is the user interface that you get. Using parental controls, you can set daily playtime. You can also check out the daily usage of your kid. You can check out their complete activity. You can restrict the number of apps that they can use, contacts they can see, and music they can listen to. It completely transforms your phone into a brand new phone, which is safe for your kid to use. Now going on next, we have lock screen stories. If you want to see something interesting and useful information every time you see the lock screen, just enable this feature. Once done, every time you try to unlock the phone by going to the lock screen, you will see a different story. Next we have BIXBY routines. These are all automated tasks that can be configured to have the best user experience. For example, you can configure your phone such that it automatically turn off mobile data and turn on Wi-Fi once you reach your home or office, and do stuff like that. It is just an automation application that is built into the phone. Next we have Wake Up BIXBY with the power button. Now once you enable this feature from the advanced settings, you can simply press and hold the power button to trigger BIXBY. Once it is triggered, you can ask your question and it will give you an answer. Unlike other phones, you need to press and hold the power button until you complete your question.
Will it rain today?
Now going on next, this phone also comes with a dedicated SD card slot. If the internal storage is not sufficient for you, you can always add in an SD card and expand the storage. It's not a big deal, but if you need extra storage, that dedicated SD card slot will come in handy. Now going on next, we can also reduce animations on this phone. Now for some reason, if you want to reduce animations and thereby reducing the CPU load, then you can do it on this phone by just disabling this toggle. Even if you reduce animations, there are still some animations going on, and for some reason if you want to completely remove animations, you can do it from the accessibility settings. Once you completely remove animations, personally I'll stick with animations even at a cost of performance and battery life. Now going on next, we can also disable fast charging. Now this phone, as you might have already known, comes with fast charging, supports fast charging, and comes with a fast charger inside the box. But for some reason, maybe for a prank or something else, if you want to disable fast charging, you can do it from the battery settings. Now going on next, this phone also has wideband L1 support. That means you can stream high definition videos from Netflix and Amazon Prime on this phone. This is kind of a big deal if you watch a lot of video content on your phone. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and definitely check out my video on the tips and tricks section where I'll be talking about many things which I didn't cover in this video. By the way guys, if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video, or if you have any questions, tweet out to us with the hashtag ASKGREEDYTECH on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.